Hi everyone, Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck and Love, and we are going to talk about dating and relationships. So the topic I want to talk about today, I get asked this question a lot around, how to move an online connection into a date. So first off, I just want to say hello to everyone, and I would love to hear where you're from. So drop that in the box. And yeah, I'm going to dive right into our topic. I live here in sunny San Diego, California. Don't hate me for it being 70 degrees outside. We're pretty blessed with the sunshine. So at any rate, when it comes to online connections, I hear this from women all the time and men too, frankly, that they might connect with someone that seems interesting and then it fades off, they get ghosted, and things don't really progress. So for you ladies out there, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you turn that connection into a date. I've spoken about this before, but do it actually fairly quickly. So, write 2 to 3 messages and then say, something along the lines of, hey, I find it easier to see if there's more of a connection by meeting in person. Let me know if you're up for a quick coffee or something sometime soon. Why am I sharing this with you? Because, the other side to it is, I know you might be thinking, well, I'm the woman, I'm not supposed to lead. And, online is the only platform until you get offline where it's okay to turn the connection into a meeting. Because a lot of times with men, they actually think about the fact that I'm meeting her online, she doesn't know who I am. They'll typically try to give you their phone number because they don't want to be disrespectful. So you say something like that, and he says something along the lines of, sure, sounds great. So you want to make sure you have a quick phone conversation with him before you meet him. Say, how about if we have a quick 10-minute phone chat before we meet? So what that'll do is you will be able to get a feel for him as an individual and only talk for about 10 minutes. And you'll also be able to make sure that he can, string together a couple of sentences. Now, the other thing that I've seen happen in dating scenarios and trying to turn an online connection to offline is that if you say that line and they may say, sure, it would be great to meet, but they just keep chatting with you, then you want to, go back to them and say, hey, how about if we have a quick phone chat before we meet? So you don't want to spend a lot of time chatting with someone because that takes away your precious time, right? And then what you can create around that is, let's see who he is, see if he's, a real individual. Now, there are several different reasons why people don't want to meet. Maybe they're in a place in their life where they're just kind of testing out the waters. Maybe they are not truly available. Who knows? But if somebody continually just messages you, you want to stop responding and just let them go, because they're not real serious about meeting. It's basically going to waste your time. And, when you're connecting with men on online dating sites, there's Match.com, Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, the great thing about OkCupid, you can match with somebody that's an 80% or greater match for you. And chances are you're going to have quite a bit in common. A lot of my clients recently have had some luck on Hinge as being a great site and to connect and date. So, I mean, are there sites where some people aren't as serious as others? Sure, there are. And the point is to try different online dating platforms and see what is working best for you. And, when you meet live and in person for the first time, I definitely want to share with you that meeting with somebody for the first time, it's basically a meet and greet. So meet for a quick coffee, lunch, something that is super easy so that you are, meeting, getting to know them. It's really low pressure. You go, you have fun, and then you want to leave the date first. That is something that's really, really important because it I was going to say something else, but I'll share this in a moment. What that does is it creates curiosity and what I call tension, right? You want to say, oh gosh, this has been great. I really had a good time. I hope I get to see you again soon. And be really sincere about that. Now, sometimes men will, not really feel like you're that interested, or you may feel bad because as women, we can go into people pleaser mode and try to really take care of him and his feelings, but keep it natural, go have a great time, and leave in an hour or so and just say, gosh, this has been great. I do need to run. And something that helps to let them know that you're interested is smiling, eye contact, putting your hand on their arm, and going on that meet and greet without being attached, but also feeling in your body that how it feels when you're with them. And how do you access your body? You do some breathing. So do you feel, uncomfortable? Are you tightening it as far as your uncomfortability? Or are you laughing and open and flowing? So, and our bodies don't lie either. So if we feel kind of an uncomfortable feeling or a wall up or something like that, it's smart to pay attention to. Now, the other side to that is he could be nervous, you could be nervous. So being really open during that first meeting and chalking it up to, okay, this is a meet and greet. We then, go and go out with him again. So after the meeting, you then, you don't need to message him and say, gosh, I had such a great time. Thank you so much. You've already said thank you on the date. Let him lead and ask you out again. And you can tell, this isn't always the case, but you can tell if a man's really interested if, on the first meeting, he's saying, oh goodness, gosh, we should go to this new restaurant that just opened up. They have the best, I don't know, hamachi, whatever. So you want to make sure that you're just paying attention, you're being open, you're listening, right? And you're really looking at, does this person seem nice? Does he seem like someone that could potentially align with my values? And how do I feel when I'm with them? So those are things to look for. Things to watch out for around this are, is he joking around at the expense of others? Does he, a first and second meeting is a really, really good time to get a feel for a man, because men are really open on the first few meetings. They're not as attached. Well, they're not attached emotionally to what you think. So they'll tell you a lot about themselves, where they're at, about, past relationships and how they feel about them. So if he's talking negatively about his ex and not really taking responsibility for his part, then that's something to really look at. You want to make sure that when you're meeting with a man too, and you're going from a detached place of, okay, well, this could be a new friend, and you're going to have a good time. You might ask him, what are you looking for? Ultimately, I'm looking for my person, and I'm, this date, the worst case, from our meeting, I suppose the worst thing that could happen is we become friendlier friends. That's been my experience. So, you're really coming through a space of detachment, not attaching to whether or not this guy could be the right man for you. You want to be looking at things. And I would also encourage you not to come from a place of distrust. You want your come from to be, all right, how do I feel when I'm with them? And, I want to openly get to know him. So, you guys, I hope this really helps when it comes to shifting an online connection to real life, and, really making that, that way you can, get several dates on the books, right? You want to have space in your life to open your heart to receive love. So you want to be, as you're in this process, I like to say, keep a dating rotation, get to know a number of people at once. If you meet someone that seems really interesting, do not put all your eggs in that basket. Really take things slower, because when we go too fast, there's blinders that come on, and all that dopamine that's being released in your body and oxytocin, it really shuts the brain off. So by doing these things, it will create an opening to enjoy yourself, not be too detached. I cannot tell you how many times, too attached, I should say. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients, hi Helene, that are, out there dating, and, they're getting to know different people. And, one guy that was not a front runner before became a front runner because, the time that it took for them to create a deeper connection and move things forward. It's a healthy way to go. And it's, it's something not to give up on. There are many different ways to meet people. Online is not the only way to go. It is a easier platform to create more connections and actually meet in person. If you have an active social life, or you're going to a lot of parties, especially with the holiday season, that's another way. I generally say utilize all the ways possible to create those connections. And, you're only looking for one. So trust that it's fun, and, set boundaries with yourself when it comes to meeting men. Maybe you will have 2 days a week that you set aside to, go out on dates, meet different people. So block out that time for yourself so that you can continue to create connections, and you're not burning yourself out by going out on a ton of dates and then confusing yourself because maybe you've gone out on too many. So there's that too. Let me know if you guys have questions, comments, anything else you want to know about that transitioning from online to offline, anything that I missed, things that, next steps for you. I will be live every single day, Monday through Friday this month. So I'm excited to see each of you guys and continue connecting. And again, like I said, feel free to ask me any question you like. All right, sending love. Have an amazing rest of your day. Mwah.